The power line. Just say those words and anyone who has ever shot an ASA tournament at the Laurel County Fairgrounds in London, Kentucky will feel their blood pressure rise.
It flew, just crazy.
It's a prominent fixture of any ASA season, and a near record 1,900 and some archers spent plenty of time on the power line this past weekend at the TRU Ball Xcel and Black Eagle Pro-Am. The weekend started out a little rough with nasty weather early Thursday morning. It put a scare into the Kentucky State S3DA Championships, but the thunder and much of the rain moved on before it was time for 400 young archers to hit the ranges.
I get it.
You couldn't help but smile watching these kids slinging arrows at foam with barebow, traditional, Olympic recurve, hunter, and open equipment. Joy was the predominant emotion of the day, and if those kids are any indication, the future of 3D archery and the ASA sure look bright.
Shoot 'em up!
By Friday, the sun was out, which probably wasn't great for all the adult archers who had to tackle the power line. Those who shot uphill had to deal with nasty glare. Those who shot downhill had to see through incredible darkness. It's just an unforgiving place that cut down many really good archers at the knees. Of the 32 rounds shot by the 16 archers in the women's pro class during the weekend, only 2 resulted in scores above par.
Maybe. Huh? Could be maybe. Nice.
And both of those were shot by Sharon Wallace.
Great shot.
In fact, her 2-day score of 406 would have qualified her for the Open Pro Shootdown, since the men and women both shot the same ranges Friday and Saturday. In known pro, last year's champ Justin Hanna clearly felt at home as he cruised to a 2-day score of 442, 6 points clear of the next closest competitor. And actually, Hanna said the dreaded power line reminds him perfectly of his home shooting conditions in Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay.
He thrives in London, Kentucky. Dan McCarthy once again comfortably led the Open Pro class after Friday's round, but Chris Hammond came on strong Saturday and battled McCarthy to the end. Dan clung to just a 2-point lead heading into the shootdown. Among the senior pros, 7-time ASA Shooter of the Year Jeff Hopkins was in a class by himself. While others stumbled through their rounds,
Jeff's 12.
Hopkins cruised to a 2-day score of 421 and a cushy 13-point lead ahead of the shootdown.
The power line never disappoints, so
it was challenging.
These guys and gals have battled, and they deserve to be out there shooting for the win this afternoon.
In the shootdowns, the division leaders did what they had to do to hold on to their titles.
There, she's so steady, so good at this game.
Sharon Wallace and Jeff Hopkins both played smart with their leads and ended their respective competitions decisively in 5 arrows.
It's a dozen.
Yeah, so 12. So Hopkins leaving more breathing room.
No 6th arrows needed to give Wallace her first win of the season and Hopkins his second.
I never shoot well in Kentucky, and I practice a lot. It just worked out this weekend. I think I had a little luck on my side, so I'm going to take it and run with it.
Man, if I can get a lead and keep pushing, I'm gonna go for it and try to put the nails in the coffin per se.
So Hanna, who's had a great run at it.
In known pro, Hanna also did his job to hold off the field and take his second London win in a row.
To hit the first 2 was nice, you know, and some of those guys were having a rough time out there. But, yeah, I felt good. Played it a little safe on a few, but it all worked out.
He just went for it. Smoke, what a shot.
But behind him, Brent Platt, who qualified for his first shootdown ever.
As for this archer right here,
Shooting some big rounds, big scores. Jeff's got some game. He got it.
And 2020 Rookie of the Year Jeff Rainey, who was shooting in just his second ever shootdown, climbed over 2 seasoned veterans to finish second and third respectively on the podium. The highlight of the night, no question, was the end of the Open Pro Shootdown.
Smoked it.
Chris Hammond hit a perfect 14 on his 6th arrow of the contest, which put McCarthy in the position of needing a bonus ring to win the title. If he only scored a 10, the 2 would be tied on score, but Hammond would have won because he had one more bonus ring than McCarthy.
Oh yeah, it's a rule change this year.
That's right.
McCarthy lined up the shot, and with everyone expecting him to shoot at the lower 12, his arrow hit right on the 14 line.
Oh, did he pull that line? That is so close.
Kidding me.
Wow.
He must have been able to see that better than the 12.
No fear, McCarthy.
No one knew for sure if it was in or out until Don Bailey held up the 14 card.
Wow, he pulled it.
And in an extremely rare display of emotion, McCarthy fist-pumped the air and let out a primal cheer. Always the calculating competitor, McCarthy later explained he went for the 14 rather than 12 because he could see both rings, but the 14 is slightly larger than the 12 on the deer target they were shooting at. A steady drizzle fell Sunday morning as a thin crowd turned out to finish their rounds for the weekend. It has become clear that ASA archers love having the option to shoot one round Friday and one Saturday, or both rounds on Saturday, so they can head for home late Saturday or early Sunday. Looking back on London 2021, some will remember the power line fondly, others surely will be quick to put it out of their minds as they look forward to the Matthews Pro-Am coming up shortly in Superman's hometown of Metropolis, Illinois, June 24 to 27. See you all then.